Tesla shakes everything up today with every model in the fleet, along with how you buy the car in the future. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 501 for March 1st, 2019. This show is sponsored by my supporter Richard at the sponsor tier level, and I thank him very much for his above and beyond support. So not too long after I released episode 500, Elon tweeted that some Tesla news would be released on February 28th at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and 10 p.m. UTC. What happened at that time? Nearly 3 years after it's revealed to the world, along with its shocking starting price, that base-level Model 3 is finally available to the public for ordering. Tesla announced a slew of changes today, the first and most visible being the long-awaited availability of the $35,000 US version of the Model 3 in North America. So let's take a look at what you get in that base version. For your $35,000 US, you get a black, rear-wheel drive car with 220 miles of range that clocks 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles per hour. Moving to the interior, we find out that the glass roof will be present in all versions of the car, giving me 1 point on my bold predictions for the year. However, my prediction that all the features from the premium interior would just be included, at least for now, is not the case. Also included on all versions of the car are the auto-dimming, power-folding, heated side mirrors, Bluetooth pairing for music and media, and custom driver profiles. But specific to the standard interior found in the base car are that your seat and steering adjustments are completely manual, seats are cloth rather than synthetic, it is equipped with a basic audio system, maps and navigation are of a standard level, meaning no satellite view or traffic visualizations, and the center console is equipped only with storage and 4 USB ports. In a totally unexpected move, Tesla announced a new version of the car called Standard Range Plus. This version of the car, without any extra upgrades, starts at $40,000 US and has these differences. For starters, add 20 miles of range, granting 240 miles of range, and kick the 0 to 60 time down to 5.3 seconds with a top speed of 140 miles per hour. On the interior, they call it the partial premium interior, and it adds 12-way power adjustable heated seats in the front, along with synthetic material. The sound system is, quote, upgraded audio, immersive sound, end quote, and you can add LED fog lamps to the front of the car, and the dock for 2 smartphones is added to the console. But missing from both of the aforementioned interiors, and available only on the premium interior, are rear heated seats, the premium audio, which is specifically noted as 14 speakers, 1 subwoofer, 2 amps, and immersive sound, the satellite view maps with live traffic visualization, the internet browser, and HomeLink location-aware automatic garage door opening. As if this wasn't enough, Model 3 got more news in the press release from Tesla. An upcoming firmware release will see the range of the long-range rear-wheel drive version of the car increase to 325 miles, and the top speed of the performance version will increase to 162 miles per hour, and approximately 5% more peak power will be added to all Model 3s. And then last but not least in the Model 3 news today, those of you rear-wheel drive fans out there, you can now again order the rear-wheel drive version of the car along with the long-range battery. So that's the scoop on all the Model 3 updates today. If you've been waiting for that base-level car and you're in North America, now's the time to head on over to the design studio and place your order. Sorry, European and Asian listeners, the European base version is still another 6 months out, and the Asian version is 6 to 8 months out, and contingent upon the Gigafactory 3, according to a late-breaking Elon tweet. When you open that design studio and get over to step 4 to select your autopilot options, you'll notice some changes here too. Gone is the language calling the base version of the feature Enhanced Autopilot. It is now just Autopilot, and the price of the option has dropped to $3,000 at the time you order the car. This version of Autopilot will only grant you the ability to have the car automatically steer, brake, and maintain speed for you. Full self-driving has now returned to the design studio and carries a $5,000 price tag at the time of order, as well as has acquired some new abilities. Navigate on Autopilot has been moved into the full self-driving suite, which frankly is probably where it belonged anyhow. I'm really surprised that this wasn't a feature of the full self-driving option from the jump to give the folks that had purchased the option a reason to be happy that they had. However, this isn't the only feature to migrate away from the base level of Autopilot. AutoPark joins Navigate on Autopilot in making the move upward. Automatic parking is fast becoming a feature for many cars, and I'm surprised that Tesla has moved this to the full self-driving suite. Another interesting move is that the upgraded version of Summon will not retain the existing basic version of itself, and it too will be moved to the full self-driving suite. For those wondering about the cars they already own, don't worry. Elon said on Twitter regarding the changes, quote, "Everyone who bought Enhanced Autopilot will get Navigate on Autopilot on highways, Advanced Summon, and Auto Park," end quote. So let's check out some more changes, this time to Model S and Model X. Tesla wasn't done dropping bombs today, and if you kick on over to the Model S and X design studio, you'll see for starters that the standard range version of the Model S is now capable of only 270 miles, down from 310 miles announced just a few days ago. But the price dropped as well, now starting at $79,000 US instead of $85,000 US. The upgrade to long range, just as before, grants 335 miles, but now the price difference is a value at only $4,000 US. To put this in perspective, before it used to cost $8,000 US to add 25 miles of range, and now it only costs $4,000 to add 65 miles of range. That's a lot more like it. On the Model X side of things, there is no longer a standard range model at all, just the long range model, which gets 295 miles of range and still starts at $88,000 US despite the range improvement. Great news all around for potential Model S and Model X buyers. But with all of this, there is unfortunately some bad news to go along with these announcements. From Tesla's press release, quote, "To achieve these prices while remaining financially sustainable, Tesla is shifting sales worldwide to online only. You can now buy a Tesla in North America via your phone in about 1 minute, and that capability will soon be extended worldwide. We are also making it much easier to try out and return a Tesla so that a test drive prior to purchase isn't needed. You can now return a car within 7 days or 1,000 miles for a full refund. Quite literally, you could buy a Tesla, drive several hundred miles for a weekend road trip with friends, and then return it for free. With the highest consumer satisfaction score of any car on the road, we are confident that you will want to keep your Model 3. Shifting all sales online, combined with other ongoing cost efficiencies, will enable us to lower all vehicle prices by about 6% on average, allowing us to achieve the $35,000 US Model 3 price point earlier than we expected. Over the next few months, we will be winding down many of our stores, with a small number of stores in high-traffic locations remaining as galleries, showcases, and Tesla information centers. The important thing for customers in the United States to understand is that with online sales, anyone in any state can quickly and easily buy a Tesla." End quote. So, unfortunately, that means more layoffs, and that pretty much anyone working in a Tesla store is now looking for a job, which will be a considerable number of people given Tesla has hundreds of stores worldwide. This move seems to me as much a regulatory move as it is a cost-saving move to me if you read between the lines in their statement. No longer will Tesla have to fight the entrenched dealers. If it has no stores to sell product, it has nothing for traditional dealers to fight. Tesla will be available in every state by default here in the US, and that will end the saga of whether states permit Tesla to operate quote-unquote dealerships. It is very much a shame, again, that folks are losing jobs. My condolences to those affected by this decision. That's it for today's show. As usual, a word about Foam Daddy before we go. Foam Daddy is a nationwide company in the U.S. that sells and rents foam and snow machines. They're also proud to announce the arrival of the Real Snow Machine. This allows anyone to produce real snow in any temperature. Check them out at foamdaddy.com. My many thanks as well to our super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. They are John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Kundichi, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morvan Og, Blake Thompson, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T Sportline, Michael Pastroni, Travis and Cheyenne Rush, Cookie UK, Chris Hovis, Craig Murphy, and Vicky Kirk. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I will see everyone back here again next week on Monday. I think we're probably out of news for the moment. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.